Testing 1, 2, 3, testing.
Madam President, the time is 5:30 p.m.
Okay, thank you. 1.02, call to order. This is a special board meeting. The date is August 8th, 2025. 1.03, roll call and quorum establishment.
Trustee Soto,
Soto here.
Trustee Kraus,
Kraus here.
Trustee Webster,
Webster present.
LaFrench, Trustee LaFrench, Trustee Stewart.
Stewart is here. Going on to 1.04, Pledge of Allegiance. I'm sorry. Okay.
Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, going on to adoption of the agenda. 2.01, proposed additions, deletions, and adjustments in the order of business.
Madam President, we do not have any tonight.
Okay, 2.02, adoption of the agenda. Trustees, I need a motion to adopt.
Webster, I motion to adopt the agenda.
I need a second.
Kraus, I second.
Okay, please call for the vote.
Trustee Soto,
Soto, aye.
Trustee Kraus,
Kraus, aye.
Trustee Webster,
Webster, I.
Trustee LaFrench,
Love French, aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Stewart, aye. Motion passes 5-0. 3, public testimony, 3.01. My dear, would you read the blurb for me?
Okay, the public comment period is administered by state law and is the point in the meeting set aside for members of the public to share their opinions with the board. Open meeting laws do not permit the board to engage in dialogue or answer questions. Any person who wishes to address the governing board on closed session agenda items only must complete and submit an AESD speaker request form 5 minutes before the meeting is called to order. Public comments will only be taken on agenda items during the discussion of those items. The board values public comment, and although the Board of Trustees cannot take action or discuss items not on the agenda, the Board of Trustees listens carefully and appreciate input from the public. Additionally, a public speaker can be cut off for exceeding the allotted time or for willfully causing an actual disruption to the meeting. Before cutting a person off or removing someone, the board will give at least one clear warning. If you were cut off or warned last time, please consider that your warning. Individual speakers are allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each closed session agenda items. The board limits the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentations depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add.
Thank you. Do we have a representative from ADTA? It's okay. Do we have a
I
representative?
thought Jennifer Rader, I'm sorry, I saw her get up, so I thought she was already. Jennifer
you.
Rader.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the board, superintendent, and fellow community members. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Tasha Dwyzon for her service to AESD all these years. We have really appreciated your leadership. We will miss you severely. But I understand this is an opportunity for you, so best wishes from all of us, and thank you. First, I want to acknowledge the strong start to this school year. Our students have returned eager to learn. Our classrooms are full of creativity and energy, and our families have shown remarkable support for our schools. The dedication of our teachers and staff has been evident in every school, every playground, and every activity. This is the kind of positive momentum that gives our district its strength. However, part of maintaining that strength is ensuring that our leadership and decision-making processes reflect the best interests of students, staff, and our community. I have concerns about how some officers and leadership roles are functioning. I've observed gaps in communication, moments where transparency has been lacking, and situations that have left teachers and families feeling unheard. This concern is magnified by the fact that our teachers' contract remains at an impasse. Our educators are the heart of our schools, and when they feel undervalued or undersupported, it affects not only staff morale, but also student achievement and student success. Resolving this impasse should be a top priority, handled with fairness, respect, and urgency. You cannot afford to be distracted with side matters and retaliatory actions when both the certificated and classified contracts are at an impasse. Please keep your eye on the ball. Strong leadership is about more than filling positions. It's about fostering trust, making decisions with integrity, and ensuring that every member of our community feels represented and respected. Without that, we risk losing the very momentum we've celebrated tonight. I'm raising these concerns not to divide, but to encourage open dialogue and a renewed focus on accountability, transparency, and urgency. And unity. We have an incredible opportunity to strengthen our district if we work together with honesty and with respect. Thank you for your time, for listening, and for your service to our community.
Thank you. Do we have a speaker for our CCSEA?
Yes, the board calls on Diane Lynn.
Good evening, everyone. I wasn't going to speak tonight, but then I decided to speak, so thank you for allowing that. And Dr. Dwison, I want to say thank you for the service here at Adelanto. You've always been professional, down to earth, and here for our students, and that's what we need. So thank you. And congratulations on your new job, and I'm sure you're going to do well. And I, for one, am truly going to miss you, so thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Do we have any audience members?
Madam President, the board calls on Angelique Jolly.
Good evening, Cabinet and trustees. I just want to say good evening, and Dr. Wison, you will surely be missed as well. I agree with everything Diane and Jen say, and more since I have worked closely with you this last year at the Mesa Linda campus. I stand before you today not out of personal grievance, but out of a deep concern for the direction of our district and a call for responsible leadership. It is time to address the need for new leadership at the helm of our board of trustees. First, there has been a failure to uphold the core duties of the board president: fiscal oversight, regulatory compliance, and transparent decision-making. Under the current president leadership, we've seen a lack of financial accountability that has directly contributed to impasse situations with both teachers and classified staff. That is unacceptable. Second, we are witnessing a breakdown in governance and collaboration. Board meetings have become contentious and unproductive, driven by poor facilitation and a dismissive tone toward fellow trustees. Instead of policy-focused discussions, we've seen personal disputes and efforts to silence opposing voices. This undermines the very foundation of effective governance, which requires collaboration and respect for differing viewpoints. Third, there is a disturbing lack of transparency. The refusal to provide timely, accurate information to trustees and the public, the resistance to agendize legal and audit matters, and a pattern of closed-door decision-making have all eroded community trust. Stakeholders, parents, staff, and community members deserve transparency, not secrecy. Fourth, the board president has failed to prioritize student achievement. Rather than centering decisions around students and educational outcomes, we've seen political agendas and personal conflicts take precedent. The result? reputational harm to our district, weakened community partnerships, and an increasingly difficult environment for recruiting and retaining qualified educators. Finally, there have been clear violations of the district's bylaws and ethical standards, including overstepping authority and engaging in retaliatory behavior. These actions are in direct conflict with the governance handbook this board has committed to uphold. In conclusion, this is not about personalities. This is about restoring focus on our students, on transparency, on collaboration, and especially trust. Replacing the board president is necessary to bring back integrity, rebuild confidence, and ensure the Adelanto Elementary School District moves forward in a direction worthy of our children, our educators, and our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have another speaker?
We do on Zoom. The board calls on Lauren Benson.
Asking them to unmute now. It looks like she dropped off.
The board calls on Christine Turner.
Asking them to unmute now.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
They're unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's going to be delayed 30 seconds, 20 seconds.
They're unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
There's a slight delay, but we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
It's going to be delayed 20 seconds.
They're unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a slight delay, but we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
It's going to be delayed 20 seconds.
They're unmuted.
Do we have someone else and we'll come back? Christine, we're having difficulty with the audio. I'm going to go ahead and put you on speakerphone. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, just hold on, see. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm joining this meeting today because I'm deeply concerned about what's taking place. As I look at the agenda, I find it confusing, but my greater concern is reorganization schedules in August. Traditionally, reorganization has always happened the first or second week in December, when a new president and clerk are elected and the superintendent take on the responsibilities of secretary to the board. I don't understand what is being done now or the reasons behind it. I believe President Stewart is doing a fantastic job. Also, looking at today's agenda, I see items that are unfamiliar compared to what I've seen in the past. But most importantly, I want to know, what does this have to do with children? We're here to serve. I've been following recent board meetings closely. Many of you say that you're here for children, yet I see decisions that removing programs essential to student learning. For example, you cut out the program to support Mesa Linda, despite acknowledging that the school needs help. You eliminated valuable summer programs, Failure Airline Kids, where these services provided essential skills for our students that our teachers and our programs did not support. I'm troubled because I've been a part of this district for nearly 20 years. And I am very, very concerned about what's happening right now. I've never seen such level of dysfunction in all my 20 years. Even with the few teachers, Ms. Jolly, Ms. Martinelli, Ms. Rader, you guys got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. Again, President Stewart, you're doing a fantastic job. And I would like you to ask, why is this reorganization being done in August? And if it's legal, I ask you to seek the counsel of CSBA on this. I'm sorry that this is my only time to come in and talk, but I find it necessary to be here tonight. I've been following the meetings, and the last meeting was very disturbing also. But I know I don't have much time, but I will be at the board meeting on Tuesday. Everyone have a great evening, and Dr. Wizon, good luck on your future and your new adventure. I wish you all the luck in the world. Everyone have a great night. Goodbye.
Thank you. Do we have more speakers?
That was it. Is Ms. Benson back online?
Ms. Benson is now back online, yes.
Okay.
We are asking her to unmute now, and we believe we fixed the audio problems. They have not yet unmuted. They have still not unmuted.
She's having a hard time also logging in. Would you like me to call her as well?
I think I'm unmuted now. Hello.
We're having technical difficulties. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. Go ahead.
I thought it said I was unmuted again, but I don't think you're hearing me.
You are, you're available. Go ahead and speak.
Okay. Good evening, trustees, President Stewart, cabinet, and everybody in the audience and on YouTube. This is Lauren Benson. I'm calling in because I'm very disturbed about what is on the agenda. I do not understand why we are doing a reorganization 4 months before we normally would. I've never seen this happen before. I would think something like that would only be done under extreme circumstances where an emergency came about or the president was having some kind of issue or problem where they would need to step down. At this point, we've seen nothing unusual about the way that President Stewart is running the board. I can't believe that anybody that cared anything about this district or our students would be doing this on our second day of school. The employees in this district, we are exhausted. We've been working very hard.
And there's so much more going on. We also know that Dr. Dwyzon is leaving, and we have that seat to fill. Why are you not focused on the job that you're supposed to be doing, trustees? Your job is to make sure that our district is running properly, that our children are taken care of, that our employees are taken care of. Once again, we've started a school year without a contract. Yet here we are on a Friday night, the second day of school, wasting people's time, wasting our employees' time, wasting our cabinet's time, and I'm sure wasting many of the trustees' time for something completely unnecessary and has no merit. Those of you that are behind this need to really, really consider what you're doing and think about what you're doing. And remember, the organization happens in December. If you can't make it through those 4 months, there are greater issues at hand. I'm sorry for those of you that had to get called in there. I hope you all have a good evening.
Thank you.
That concludes tonight's speakers.
Okay, we go on to new business. 4.01, board reorganization, removal, election of officers. The board will consider, this doesn't say if it's a discussion or an actionable. I don't know what to do with this. So the board will consider the removal of current officers of the election of new officers pursuant to board bylaws 9121 and government code 54956. I don't know what to do.
Okay, I can make a motion. That way we can go into discussion, and that way we could address some of the questions that were brought up. So I would suggest to our board president that each motion that is served that each motion is to both remove the current officer and then to appoint the replacement in a single action. That way we don't have two individuals holding the same office at the same time, and that makes the action more legally clear. So we can take it from the beginning with board president, then board clerk, board rep. For each, you can entertain a motion, require a second, then we can discuss, then we can vote, just like any other reorg. If anyone has any objection to that, that's what I would suggest we do.
So the removal, I believe, should have been one thing, and then the election of the next one should have been the other. So we need a vote to reorganize, then move to nominate, then move to vote new officers.
Webster, I motion to reorganize.
Kraus, I second.
Okay, call for the vote.
Yes.
Oh yeah, discussion.
I'd like to go ahead. There were some questions and concerns that were brought up tonight that were extremely valid, and I want to be able to address them and be completely transparent. So I want to share where I'm coming from and why we're here tonight. This meeting is about, well, it's just my comment. So when I voted for our officers back in December, I did so with cautious optimism. I had a lot of concerns regarding that day and the way that we proceeded. matter of fact, in the past, I have suggested that we wait until December. And but the start of the school year is a defining moment. It's when we set the tone for the year ahead. And I believe the tone right now does need to change. And out of respect and out of transparency, I did have a conversation with uh, with our current president to share my intentions.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay, now let me see if it picks up.
Okay, I believe we're good. Zoomland, YouTube, you just want to confirm? Can somebody give a quick, and then we'll start where we left off. We're good. Okay, we're good. Okay.
All right. So I just wanted to address some of the comments, questions, concerns that were brought up as they were extremely valid. So I want to share where I'm coming from, why I'm here, why we're here tonight. This meeting is about giving our board a reset. When I voted back for our officers in December, I did so with cautious optimism. I had concerns about that process, about that day, about that meeting, and how it went. But I chose to move forward with hope, hope that we could work through challenges together, build trust, and present a united front for our community. Over the last several months, I've worked to make that happen, but I've come to see more clearly that we can't keep going the way that we have been. The division and the strain in our dynamics has grown, not improved. And I believe we owe it to staff, to our community, and most importantly to our students to take action now at the start of this school year instead of letting these challenges drag on for months. This wasn't a snap decision. And as a matter of fact, in the past, I had suggested to reorg until December, but the start of a school year is a defining moment. It's when we set the tone for the school for the year ahead, and I believe the tone right now does need to change. And out of respect and out of transparency, I did have a conversation with our board president to share my intentions, and I offered the opportunity to do a voluntary transition. That wasn't the path chosen, so we're here to address it together tonight. I want to be very clear. This is not about personalities. It's not about punishing anyone. This is about putting our energy where it belongs, on serving our students, supporting our staff, and moving this district forward. I end with this. Leadership can't stop because of one person, one role, or one challenge. We have a responsibility to keep moving, to keep leading, and to keep delivering for the people who elected us. No matter the outcome tonight, my hope is that we can come out of this more focused, more united, and ready to get the work of the people done. That's all I have.
Okay. So on August 3rd, Sunday, I met with Trustee Soto, as we had met many times, to touch base, collaborate, and ask questions and such and such. When we met, he had mentioned how the board was more divided, and how for my stress and for my health that I should step down. I remembered in the past I had mentioned to him how the stress of being on the board was triggering my stutter. And I feel that I am being attacked for it, because in the past it has been said that it slows down the meetings and that it is a problem. I will not allow my federally protected speech disability to be weaponized against me. My stutter does not impair my ability to lead with integrity and purpose. This line of attack is not only unprofessional, it borders on discriminatory, and the ADA, and undermines values this board claims to uphold. I stand here as a representative of many who communicate differently. Diversity in speech is not a flaw, it's a strength. Targeting a speech disability to discredit a fellow board member reflects a serious lack of ethical leadership, and damages our public trust. This is not just a personal attack. This is ableist, discriminatory behavior that violates both our board norms and the spirit of inclusion we claim to uphold. Now, Trustee Soto states that it's for the good of the board because the board is divided. Boards divide all the time. I've seen it in the 7 years that I've been on the board. But boards can function. But what I cannot do, and it is true, is that I can and I will never work I will not align myself with a man that created a hostile work environment, poked our employees, had temper tantrums, yelled at district employees, and who is now accused of grooming a student in his class. So no, I had told you in the past that I cannot be friends with him. I will work with him because I have to. But that still does not mean that I can do my job. Thank you.
I would just say, in regards of the conversation we had, I deny that that's not from my perspective what actually happened. Like I shared in my comment, the meeting that we had was for her to transition to voluntary transition. So that's what the meeting was about. Again, it was to prevent having to do this, how we're doing it now. But that's not the route that was chosen. So nothing about health, nothing about speech, and none of that was brought up.
That's what you said, my health and my stress. That's what you said. And you know what? Yeah, we have to be here because we are being transparent.
So what I did say was that what is best for the board, what is best for the district, what is best for even her, because I did. This was out of respect, out of courtesy, to let her know what my intention was. So, out of respect, out of courtesy, it was simply a conversation to let her know that this was best for all of us, and nothing about health or stress was, in my view, brought up or was a focal point of that discussion. I initiated that discussion for the purpose that I had just stated earlier, and that's all I'll have to say.
Okay, would another trustee like to speak?
Can I just make a motion?
There's a motion on the table.
Can we call for the vote?
Well, no, we still have to let the other trustees speak.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I had wrote out this fancy speech, right? But I'm gonna go on and leave it down here. I've been on this board quite some time now, and I've seen different board members. I've seen different styles. I've seen presidents. I've seen the change in presidents. I think I was president for 2 years. It's very strenuous. It was. What I don't understand is that when we're talking about being cohesive and supporting one another, to change it today when we have 4 more months left, or however many more months that we have left, when this is not a normal thing that we do, then the support that we're saying that we need for one another, we're not giving to one of them. So when I hear the division, or when I hear division, the division is there, and I'm not understanding how we got here when there's no is the division, am I missing something? Because I don't feel that it's anything that was done to merit taking taking her down, or I don't even know where these side conversations come from, right? I don't know that people are going to lunch, they're, I don't, go to lunch or breakfast with anybody. I don't know where these backdoor, like, kind of conversations are going on. Even the conversation that Trustee Soto and Trustee Benz had over the weekend. I don't think that those things should be going on without the transparency that we're all talking about right here. So the conversation should be had here so we all know what the conversations are. I didn't know that I was the board meeting for today. It's like conversations going on, and we say, okay, we wanted everything to be transparent. We want people to work together, and then there's like sidebars, and there's things going on that all of us don't know about. At some point, in order to be able to move forward, then at some point, then we all have to work together. It's not about personalities, right? It's just about doing what's best for our children. And just from the short conversation, that I had with Miss Rader, I'm saying that I don't understand why our focus is not on our children or the teachers. Why is our focus on the board and the board every single time we have a meeting that's on the board? Where, where is the children in all of this? We talk about um, our constituents, we talk about the community, but the support that we give one another, removing bins does not give. Where's the support for her as well? She's a part of our team too. So, with that being said, that's about all I have to say. I'm just not understanding how we got to this point without understanding that we're supposed to be transparent. I keep hearing the word transparency, but there's still communication going on even this past weekend that is not being transparent to everybody else on the board. People are meeting and they're having conversations. You receive text messages. I don't know how I received a text message from Soto saying, "Can you make it here at 5:30 tomorrow?" That was 12 o'clock when I was at work. And then, okay, now here's the agenda. And I'm like, well, I don't know any of this is going on. There's no transparency when it comes to all the board members. Only certain people know certain things. So, anyway, and Ben's, I know that being board president is not easy. It must look easy. And, we'll you'll find out, who's ever board president, that is not as easy as it looks. There's a lot of responsibility, a lot of things to learn, and I feel like that, I'm still learning. I just don't understand why the word transparency is just being used all the time, and it's not true across the board, period. That's all I have to say.
And also, I'd like to mention that this meeting, you should have followed board bylaw 9310.8 to remove me. There are steps. It's like a censure. You first had to do an informed formal resolution. I've got the steps here. I don't know. I don't think you guys want me to read this stuff. Can you read this? Yeah, it'll be because these are the steps that should have been followed. Kind of here.
If read this.
Yes.
If you are accusing me, speaking of President Stewart, of disregarding or ignoring her obligations as board president or taking actions, making statements, or otherwise engaging in conduct that violates her obligations under statute and regulations, board policy, or board direction, you must follow board bylaw 9310.8 to remove her. Action taken against a board member for alleged misconduct must follow the censure procedure in the bylaw. This bylaw requires that she be provided the specific policies that she is accused of violating in writing and an opportunity to respond. Bylaw states that protocol for censuring of a board member: number one, informal resolution; number two, consideration by the board; number three, motion for censure. And then the bylaw requires actually two steps. First, the consideration of the allegations by the entire board in open session under an appropriate agenda item. She must be allowed to provide additional facts and perspectives and answer to the allegations to seek resolution. If further reviewed by the board concludes that the alleged conduct constitutes a breach of her obligation under statute, regulation, board policy, or board direction, the board may take further action. The second step is a motion for censure in open session, again with an appropriate agenda item. The motion must be in writing, must include a specific description of the statute, regulation, board policy, or board direction allegedly violated, a specific factual description of the alleged violation, and a specific penalty to be imposed under the censure. She must be given a reasonable time to prepare her response, which must be allowed before the board vote. Based on this, the action to remove her as president cannot take place today because the board has not completed step one or step two. She has not been given the required written notice with the required information, and number three, have not been given an opportunity to respond. Any action taken is in violation of our bylaws and the Brown Act and is illegal and unenforceable. This action also exposes the district to liability for violating the law and violating her rights.
Thank you.
Madam President, I did not get an opportunity to speak. May I speak at this time?
Yes, please.
The agenda item before the board tonight has nothing to do with allegations against you and accusations, so that therefore that board bylaw is a moot point this evening. This is a reorg and nothing more than a reorg. There's been no accusations leveled against you, and therefore everything that you just read is a moot point, and I challenge what was just read to this governing body.
Okay. So I guess now we can call for the vote. What was the motion?
What was the motion?
The motion was to reorg. First by Webster, seconded by Kraus.
Trustee Soto?
Soto, yes.
Trustee Kraus?
Kraus, yes.
Trustee Webster?
Webster, I.
Trustee LaFrench?
French, nay.
Trustee Stewart?
Stewart, nay.
Trustee Webster, I motion to make Trustee Soto board president.
Trustee Kraus, I second.
Call for the vote.
Trustee Soto?
Soto, aye.
Trustee Kraus?
Kraus, aye.
Trustee Webster?
Webster, I.
Trustee LaFrench?
French, nay.
Trustee Stewart?
Stewart, nay. Motion passes 3-2.
Trustee Kraus, I'll make a motion to make Trustee Webster clerk of the board.
Soto, I'll second.
Trustee Soto?
Soto, aye.
Trustee Kraus?
Kraus, aye.
Trustee Webster?
Webster, I.
Trustee LaFrench?
French, aye.
Trustee Stewart?
Stewart, nay. Motion passes 4-1. And I guess that's it.
Board Rep?
Oh,
Trustee Kraus, I'll make a motion to nominate Trustee Love French as board representative.
Soto, I'll second.
call for the vote.
Trustee Soto?
Soto, aye.
Trustee Kraus?
Kraus, aye.
Trustee Webster?
Webster, I.
Trustee LaFrench?
French, aye.
Trustee Stewart?
Stewart, aye. Motion passes 5-0. So I guess now we're done. Let's go to adjournment. Trustees, I need a motion to adjourn.
Webster, I motion to adjourn.
French, I second.
Please call for the vote.
Trustee Soto?
Soto, I.
Trustee Kraus?
Kraus, aye.
Trustee Webster?
Webster, I.
Trustee La French?
Left French, aye.
Trustee Stewart?
Stewart, aye. Motion passes 5-0.
The time is 6:30 PM.